that. So this is about developing project aim, and like Andy said before, we're going to share some dates with you at the end of this workshop. We want to provide and offer support again to help you develop your project aim, to help you develop, your driver diagram. So what we're saying is that as we're due to have a comfort break quite soon. We'll go into our breakout rooms, but we're saying that this is going to be a draft. Basically, it's you're not gonna have a completed aim statement or a completed driver diagram. We're just introducing you to the concept, and you'll have a draft project at the end. So delivering 10 steps in QI. It's great that everybody's using this. It's a really good methodology. We feel it's really easy to use. So now we're moving on to step 4, which is define that project aim. And that actually asks that question for the model of improvement, what we're trying to achieve. So we've put this step after understanding the problem, because now that you know where the project's going to go, that's when you want to develop your aim statement. So it's a written documentation of what you want to achieve, and it sets out a clear time frame for achieving it. You have to do it in collaboration with your team. So like I say, today we're just going to draft this up. But having an aim statement is a really good communication tool, because you'll use it with your project team, but you'll also use it with your stakeholders. And if you get it right, it's really, really specific about what it is that you want to achieve. So every good aim statement should possess all of these elements. So it needs to be specific. So you're making it really clear exactly what you want to achieve. Measurable, which we've already spoke about. So put in some metrics, some data. It's important to really think about how you're going to measure your project. Is it going to be in numbers, or is it percentages? Where are you starting from? Where do you want to go to? Is it achievable? So make sure that your project's realistic, and you convey that in your aim statement. It's relevant to your organisation, but also your department as well. And it's time bound. So make sure that it sets, the time frame is realistic. So it's specific. So this is what you're going to do. Have some data in there from to. Is it achievable? And only you will know whether it's achievable or not, because you know your capacity. Relevant, so it improves the organisation. It's going to improve our department, and be really specific on that date or time frame. So I've got a couple of examples for you, and these are other examples of dialysis examples from other KQIP regions. So all units in Yorkshire and Humber. So the first one, I'm not going to read them out to you. The first one is specific because it's about CVC lines, and it's in Yorkshire and Humber, so we know which region it is. It's measurable, so we want to see a 10% reduction. It was achievable when we set it, and it's relevant. It's relevant because we want to reduce CVC dialysis, and it's time bound. So in a couple of months, we'll know whether we've achieved that. If you look at the Southwest, so the second one, the Southwest want to improve their home therapies rate from 13.5% to 19.3%. So again, that's really specific. It's measurable, and they'll know by the end of this year whether they've achieved that or not. And this is one from Dorset, is to increase the number of patients on home HD from 13 to 17 by January 2021. Really, really specific. I think the key thing is having the measurement in there and it time bound, so that you know what you want to do when and when you're going to achieve it. And like I say, it's a really good communication tool. So you share that with your stakeholders. They'll know exactly what it is that you want to achieve. And when you start telling people about your project, people will say, have you thought of what about this? And we call that scope creep. And it's really good to start what the scope of your project is right at the start, because those people could say it now, or they could say it 3 or 4 months down the line. And what we're saying, we're giving you the confidence here to say, actually, the scope of the project is this, and what's out represents not yet. So when those people approach you, you can say, actually, let's think about that maybe in 6 or 12 months' time. You're just saying it's just not yet. So that's that. So we're going to go off into breakout rooms. We do have 20 minutes. Rosie, Andy, are we happy to continue with 20 minutes, or do we need a little bit longer? Each breakout room is going to be facilitated. We've got these templates here that we will use to make notes. So yeah.
Well, we need to finish on time today, don't we? So we might need to shave off a little bit of time because we're running a bit behind. Should we try and get back to?
Should we do 15 minutes, do you think?
15.
3:45.
Okay.
Back at 3:45.
So, yeah.
3:45. Okay. So Rosie is in the Preston team, Georgie the Wirral, I'll jump in the Manchester, Anu I know has got to jump off for another meeting, and Leanne in Liverpool. Okay, so we'll be back at 3:45 then. Yeah. Okay.
So have you put the links in the chat, Leanne, for us to
so
click?
I've set it all up. It's all set up, so I'm just going to open it up, and then everyone should disappear.
Okay.
I'll press the button and see what happens.
Magic.
Yeah.
Fine.
See you in a bit.